Hi, for practice today, we will be using one yoga block if you have one. If you don't, it's okay. We can work without, but I'll be cueing a handful of moments with the block. And if you do not have access to a block, just thinking about the energetic engagement as if there were a block, say, between your inner thighs or between your hands. Um, for practice this week, we're moving in the direction of elephant trunk, a little arm balance moment. And that is this squeezing to the midline and then also a big kind of tucking and contraction to the core to lift the bottom leg, which also needs a ton of quad engagement to find that lift. I'll give you a little demo of what this looks like so you have an idea of where we're headed. Our elephant trunk is kind of similar to our compass setup where this arm wraps around, or rather the leg wraps around our arm and we hug into center, and then our hands plant, we tuck in and we lift. I'm also still in a different time zone in my brain and body, so we're slowly arriving back into the PNW. For the heart space intention for our practice, I often find that I just return to this book time and time again. It's funny because I've only read the first section and I only ever get to the first section. Maybe this will be the time that I read the whole book, but The Wise Heart, a guide to the universal teachings of Buddhist psychology by Jack Kornfield. In the very, very beginning, the first chapter that talks about nobility, our original goodness, there's a quote to start the chapter, and this quote I feel is really relevant to the climate of the world right now. And so here it is by Thomas Merton. Then it was as if I suddenly saw the secret beauty of their hearts, the depths of their hearts where neither sin nor desire nor self-knowledge can reach, the core of their reality, the person that each one is in the eyes of the divine. If only they could all see themselves as they really are. If only we could see each other that way all the time. There would be no more war, no more hatred, no more cruelty, no more greed. I suppose the big problem would be that we would fall down and worship each other. And so perhaps holding this in our hearts, not only as we move throughout our flow today, but as we go off into the world, um, the original goodness, right? That goodness and the nobility of each of us, so yourself included, but also each person that you encounter, um, and to try to see through that lens and that perspective. Yeah. Okay, we're going to start in our shavasana today. And then just make sure your yoga block, if you have one, is at the back end of your yoga mat so that you can easily access it from laying down. Yeah. As you find your way to shavasana, take a moment to close down your eyes. And perhaps you place one hand at your heart, your other at your belly. And as you start the process of deepening your breath, and so that connection between your hands and your torso. And feel your hands as a tool for that tactile feedback of your breath as it deepens. Feel the expansion and contraction that accompanies each inhale and each exhale. And through this sensation of the rise and fall of your breath, allow yourself to arrive a little bit more completely to this moment right here, right now. Take 2 more deep breaths, just at your own tempo, your own pace. And we'll take a cleansing breath together to begin. As you're ready, deep inhale in, filling from bottom to top. Feel the expansiveness of your inhale. And then as you're ready, an open mouth exhale to release. You shift into Ujjayi Pranayama. Generous breath in through your nose. Find the seal of your lips, and then through your nose, exhale. And gently pressing the breath out. And continue with your Ujjayi Pranayama. When you're ready to add in some movement, follow an in-breath to your full body stretch. Lengthen out from fingers to toes, finding some rotation through your ankles and your wrists, movement through your digits. And when you're ready, start to gather your knees into your chest. Your hands at the fronts of your knees, gently draw your knees wide into just a variation of happy baby. Maybe take a little rock from side to side. Move your breath down into the back of your torso, grounding yourself into the earth through inhale, through exhale. From that grounded place, if you want to reach up to your ankles or your feet for that more traditional happy baby, Ananda Balasana, maybe catching your ankles at the insides or outsides of your feet. And then you again might add in a little bit of movement here, just noticing how your body feels this moment today. And bringing your hands back to your knees, a couple circles in each direction. Just rotating through the hips. Feeling the movement of your thigh bones, your femur bones within your hip sockets. And eventually coming back to center, go ahead and grab your yoga block and place it in between your thighs. So narrow setting between your thighs. We're headed to a bridge pose. This block is to help us find that integration to midline. So as you place your feet to the earth, heels stacked beneath your knees, go ahead and hug into that block with the strength of your legs. And once you find that engagement to center, that squeeze at the midline, you feel your inner thighs respond. Take a breath in. Your exhale, squeeze in and push through your feet to lift your hips. As we find this hug in and up, maybe tuck your shoulder blades just a little bit closer together. Try to offer some additional length to the space between your shoulders and your ears. Then take 2 really intentional Ujjayi breaths here. Inhaling through your nose. And through your nose, your strong exhale. One more breath here. Can you feel your core light up a little bit extra? As you squeeze into that block, think about reaching your block forward towards the front of the room. Big breath through your nose. And through your nose, exhale. For our last inhale, squeeze through your inner thighs and also feel your outer hips hug to the midline. Breath in. As you exhale, slowly deliver your hips back to the earth. Keep the block where it is. As your pelvis meets your yoga mat, bring your legs into an upside down tabletop, so a 90-degree bend. Flexing through your feet, draw navel to spine so that your low back stays completely rooted to the earth. And take our hands behind our head, elbows nice and wide. And maintain the 90-degree bend in your legs. As you hug your block, you're going to take an inhale. Just tap your heels lightly to the earth. Using your exhale and your core, lift your knees to stack over your hips once again. Lift your head and shoulders, And then find a twister to bring your knees in close. Your left elbow is going to rotate to your right thigh, twisting your heart to the right side of the room. Pause at that contraction and twist. Take an inhale. And stay for your exhale, squeeze. Coming back to center as you breathe in, heart to the midline. Heels tap the earth, keeping that 90-degree bend in your knees. Exhale, second side, contract and twist left, moving to the left. So your right elbow is going to tap your left thigh. Once you find that squeeze, take a breath in. And then stay for your exhale out. A little bit different this time. So as we inhale, you do the same thing we did before, or you're going to send your legs forward and extend. So this can be more like a 45-degree angle, more like a hover. You choose your challenge. As you exhale, bend your knees in. You twist to the right again. Left elbow to your right thigh, squeeze. Hold for inhale. Stay for exhale. Hugging into the block. Inhale, lengthen your legs forward. Or again, you can return to the 90-degree bend and tap. As you exhale, bend and twist to the opposite side, rotating your heart to the left side of the room. Right elbow to your left thigh. We hold for inhale. Squeezing and staying for exhale. We have one more variation. We're going to inhale, send your legs forward. And then keeping your legs long as you breathe out, can you lift your legs up to the sky super slow, finding a twist to the right side of the room. Left hand reaches up towards your outer right ankle. Flex your feet, hug the block. As you breathe in, slowly lower your left legs towards your low point. Hands behind your head, come back to center with your torso. Exhale, second side, slowly lift your legs, twisting your body to the left. Reach your right hand to your outer left ankle. We're going to lower down through center one more time. Inhale to your low point. Again, maybe 45 degrees, maybe a hover. Exhale, knees to chest. Set the block aside as you relax your head and shoulders. Take a breath in. And exhale, let your knees tip over to the right, gentle twist. As you sink your shoulders to the earth, take a really deep breath here. And let's go for an open mouth exhale, release. Follow your in-breath back to center, knees travel through the midline. And exhale your legs to the opposite side. Legs go to the left, maybe gaze to the right. You find your gentle twist, take a breath in. And just like before, open mouth exhale out. Come back to center. Take a couple rocks along the length of your spine. We're going to meet in a seat. We'll send the left leg out in front of us. Bring your right foot to your inner left thigh. Moving to Janu Sirsasana. Flex your left toes to your face. If you need to untuck the booty a little bit, sit bones are both grounded. Reaching high, find an inhale. Then follow your exhale to start to lean forward. So we're going to take this slow. Start to reach forward. Imagine you're like reaching your yoga block up and over. Plug your left thigh bone into your pelvis as if you could drag your left heel to the back of your yoga mat. Once you find your point of resistance, hands come to the earth or your left leg and melt forward. Take a breath in and take a breath out. Let's go once more like that. Inhale deeply. And exhale out completely. Keeping your legs as they are, press up to your hands. So your hands are going to be framing your left leg. Palms to the ground is going to be more challenging, fingertips a little bit less so. You could also bring hands to heart. We want to try to keep our shoulders either forward or over our hips. The temptation is going to be to lean back. The tendency will be to lean back. And we're not going to worry about how high we lift our left leg. We want to keep the engagement as the priority. So even if your left leg doesn't lift off the earth and you're just fighting that engagement, We'd rather that than leaning back and compensating with that lean back. So hands are framing your left foot, engage your core, keep your left foot actively flexed, and then squeeze from your left quad to lift your left leg any amount. Find a little pulse for 5, 4, try not to fling the leg, moving from your quad and core for 3, 2, 1, and release. Take a moment. If you need to like punch out the thigh, I know some people like to do that, you can. We're going to do the same thing, same leg, and this time we'll find a point through the toe just to feel that slightly different engagement. As you're ready, actively point through your left toes. Feel the squeeze of your left quad, engage your core, nice and tall spine. Take a breath in and exhale to lift. Again, the height of your leg, not important. Find that long, strong energy reaching through left toes. Little pulse for 5. Moving through the muscle for 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Good. Send your right leg long. You can do a windshield wiper or a shakeout, whatever you need. Before I forget, let's take our yoga block and move it to the front of our yoga mat. Just off to the side, and then we're going to switch sides. Send your right leg long. Left foot comes in for Janu Shirasana. Maybe adjust your seat. Actively flex your right toes to your face and reach up with your in-breath. Move with your exhale to go forward to your forward fold. Again, think about your right thigh bone pulling to the back of your yoga mat as you lengthen your heart forward to the front. And then once you find that sweet spot, just melting down. Release your shoulders down your back body. Scapula, your shoulder blades slide out of your ears. Take 2 cycles of breath. Then keep everything the same. Just climb up to your hands. Again, fingertips or palms forward is going to be more challenging. Also, hands to heart is an option. Flex your right toes to you. Feel the engagement of your quad. Take a breath in. Use your exhale to find your lift. Can you push your right heel forward? Pull your right toes to the sky. And a little pulse for 5, 4. Try to move from the muscle, so not flinging here for 3. And we're not worried about the height, just going for engagement for 2, 1. Release. Take a moment. Breath in and out. Now point actively through your right toes. Start to engage your quad before you lift your leg. Pull in through your center core and lift. Little lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Let it go. Take any movement you need, and we'll meet in a tabletop. So for many of us, our hip flexors kind of take over, but then we also have tight and weak hip flexors. So hopefully you felt your quad engage there, and then you felt your hip flexor engage as well, but not maybe overpowering through that engagement, that movement. Once you find your tabletop, we'll just take a cat-cow together. Inhale to actively untuck your tailbone and lift your heart to the sky, maybe a little scoop up of your chin. Then as you exhale, one-time cat pose, tucking through your tailbone, push the earth away, tuck your chin to your chest, shoulders out of ears. Then come to neutral tabletop as you inhale, tuck your toes. Your exhale, float your knees to your hovering tabletop. Feel the energy at your center. Now notice where your knees are in space. We're going to be doing these little like knee to nose moments. Can we keep the opposite knee that we're not lifting in the same 90-degree angle? So take a breath in, push through your hands. Left knee stays exactly as it is. On your exhale, pull your right knee to your chest. Tuck your nose towards your knee. Inhale back to hovering tabletop, right toes land. Switching sides, keep your right foot exactly as it is. Exhale, left knee to nose, push the earth away, tuck your chin to your chest. Then inhale, step back, hovering tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Push your hips up and back. Adjusting your feet as needed. Take a moment to find your movement here. So whether that's windshield wipers or a pedal through your feet, whatever feels good. Sending energy and integrity through our hands to push the energy up and back. Relax the weight of your skull. Maybe even think about that lengthening of the crown of your head towards your fingertips. Sits bones in the opposite direction. When you're ready, use an inhale to lift your right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Now, as you exhale, keep your right leg long, but flex your foot, square your hip. Now, the tendency is going to be to lean into our left hand a little bit extra. So can we shift our body directly to the midline? Think about pressing your outer left thigh and hip towards the right side of the room. And squeeze your inner right thigh to the left side of the room. Take a breath, and then bend your knee and open your hip, finding that big scorpion tail action. Squeezing from your outer right seat muscle to lift your right knee to the sky. Left hip is still pressing to the right side of the room. Take a breath in. Like you're trying to lift your right knee over a coffee table lizard lunge. So keep that outer right seat active. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Slow, strong step forward and wide with your right hand. Lower your left knee down to the earth. Then hug your right knee into your right upper arm. Squeeze your inner thighs. And draw your heart forward. Take a breath in. Keep actively squeezing through your inner thighs like you have a block between them. On your exhale, maybe tuck your chin to your chest. You come back to neutral through your spine. Take a big in-breath to reach your right hand forward. On exhale, we're going to twist backwards. Right hand swims towards the back of the room. Maybe bend your left toe to your seat. And a little bit different today. So you can either just bend and reach as is. If you can catch your foot, can you catch in a thumb down orientation? So you're actually an internal rotation through your right shoulder. Good. Once you have that, you're going to square your heart forward to the front of the room. And then pull your chest forward and maybe slightly down. Little bend through your left elbow. Keep squeezing to the midline through your thigh bones, through your knees. So inner thigh super active. Squeeze your left glute. Squaring to the front, take one more inhale. And your exhale, start to release. Lifted lizard lunge, right hand to the inside of your right foot. Tuck your back toes and lift your back knee. Good. From your core, we're going to a downward facing dog. You can always take a little half crow moment along the way. So right knee hugging to your right upper arm to float your foot. And then a big step back. Good. From here, using your core, slowly walk back into a forward fold the back of your yoga mat. So a little reverse bear crawl. Soften your knees and dive to your thighs. Maybe a slight tuck of your chin. Take an in-breath. Think about hugging a block between your shin bones. Keeping that hug to center. Exhale, melt forward a little bit more. Untuck your tailbone energetically to the sky. Walking forward back into our downward facing dog. We're going to check in with second side. So from your downward facing dog, use an in-breath to lift your left leg to the sky. Just like we did, you're going to keep your left leg extended, but as you exhale, flex your left foot and square your hip. And notice if you have shifted, even just slightly to the right. Can we hug a little bit more to the midline, which is just a slight shift towards the left? Feel your outer right leg and right hip pushing to the left side of the room. Feel your inner left thigh squeezing to the right side of the room. Extend up and out through your left heel as you drive through your hams, breath in. And then bend your knee and open your hip as you breathe out. Think about your right hip pressing to the left heel reaching to the right, and your outer left glute squeezes to lift your left knee high. Take your inhale to our lizard lunge, like you're lifting your left knee up and over a coffee table. Big wide step forward. Release your right knee to the earth. Maybe climb up to your fingertips. And we're going to hug to the midline. So left knee is actively pressing and squeezing into your left upper arm. Squeeze through your right glute and hug through your inner thighs. And from here, maybe right palm returns to the earth, little micro bend to the right elbow. You're going to inhale, left hand lengthens forward, keep squeezing through your inner thighs. Exhale, twist, swim back to the left. So again, option to stay right here. Option to stay in the twist and to bend your right heel to your seat. If you're going for that other variation, you're going to go thumb down to catch the inside of your right foot. So you're actually putting your left shoulder into internal rotation. Hug your left knee towards the midline. Square your heart forward. You pull your chest forward, breath in. You go down a little tuck of your chin as you squeeze your right glute. See how that lights up the front of your right hip. And then as you are ready to release here, slowly and gently return into your lifted lizard lunge. So hands on the inside of your left foot, back toes tuck, lift up through your back thigh bone. Really engage your back quad. Option for your half crow moment here. So as you push your hands into the earth, left knee can hug tight to your left upper arm to float your left foot if you want. Downward facing dog, take a step back. Drive the earth away to stretch your sits bones taller. Find more length from armpits to hip creases. Take an inhale through your nose. And exhale, release that breath out. Walking forward to a forward fold at the top of your yoga mat. This time, take a little wander forward. Soften through your knees as you inhale, halfway lift Ardha Uttanasana. Grabbing your yoga block on exhale, bring that block between your thighs as you find your chair pose. So block is narrow setting between your thighs. However you want to orient it is fine. So you squeeze into that block, reaching your hands overhead as if you have another block between your palms. Now hug into the block, feel your shin bones shift back in space just slightly. It's like you're pressing your kneecaps back. Think about tailbone slightly to the earth to heavy your heels. This is a micro movement. It's very, very subtle. And then we press through the fronts of the feet, so the balls of the feet, to help low belly draw in. Keeping that, take an inhale. And exhale, hands can come to heart. If you want extra challenge for your shoulders, you can keep them extended. Lean into your left foot and flamingo your right heel. So still squeezing the block between your inner thighs. Take a breath in and take a breath out. From here, engage your core. Reach down and grab the block. Bring it between your hands, so hands are pressing into the yoga block. And smallest face. From here, slowly stepping back through an airplane pose to your high crescent lunge. Right toes will arrive to the earth. Send your block up to the sky. Nice big breath in. Your exhale, finding your depth in your high crescent. Bend at your elbows and bring the block to the base of your skull. So the narrow, long face of the block is holding your head. Elbows draw to the midline, let your head rest into the support of the block. And think about reaching your elbows and your ribcage forward and up. Take an inhale, strong hug to the midline through our outer hips and inner thighs. And your exhale, use that block to support you back upright. Reach your block overhead to the sky. Then reach it out in front of you at the diagonal. Lift your right thigh bone. Push down through your left foot. Take one breath in. On exhale, set the block aside. Hands come down to the earth. Step forward to your forward fold. Right foot meets your left. Soft knees, heavy head. Inhale, halfway lift for a reset. Exhale, forward fold, release. Soften your knees. Imagine the block between your thighs. So it's like you're pulling the arches of your feet towards each other. And then tuck and roll up to standing. front ribs drawing in. As you arrive to the top, a shoulder shrug to blossom open. Then inhale, hands reach up high, Urdhva Hastasana. And your exhale, soften your knees as you goddess your arms. Feel your shoulder blades boost your heart forward. Take a breath in, reach tall again. Exhale, eagle, wrap your right arm underneath your left. This can also be forearms together as an alternative if the double wrap for eagle arms isn't available for you or just doesn't feel right for your body today. Shoulders sink out of your ears, but find a little lift of your elbows in line with your shoulders. Scooching your hands away from your face a little bit. Bend into your knees. As you inhale, find a little lift of your elbows, slight back bend. And your exhale, tuck and round. Rounding through your upper back, tuck through your tailbone. Aim your fingertips down to the earth. Then in-breath, rise up tall, scoop your elbows to the sky. Your exhale, unravel through goddess arms and let your hands fall to interlace behind you. Right thumb on top of left, chest expansion bind. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other to open your collarbones across your chest. Find a little up down of your chin. Breath in. And then soften your knees and tip forward to your forward fold with your bind as you breathe out. That is heavy. Reach energy out through your knuckles. Take an inhale. And then release your arms as you exhale, forward fold. Any second side as we inhale to our halfway lift. Locate your block. On exhale, you're moving to a chair pose as you place that block between your thighs. Squeeze into the block. Maybe reach your hands overhead. So you're going to imagine you're holding a block between your palms, thumbs actively lifting up and back. Find those little refinements to your chair pose so you feel both inner thighs active, glutes active, low belly strong. One more breath in. And your exhale, invite your hands to heart center. And unless you want the extra challenge, shift into your strong right leg. Hug into your block and start to flamingo your left heel up and in. Squeeze into your block. Pressing through the ball of your right foot, feel your low belly draw back. Take one more cycle of breath. From here, you're going to reach down and grab the block. Just bring it between your palms. So your hands are on the small, short faces of the block. Breathe in through your airplane pose, just as a transition to step with control to high crescent. Place your left tippy toes to the earth. Inhale, root down to reach up high. We square through the hips, so draw your left hip forward, plug your right thigh bone in. Think about keeping your left hip lifted though. You have to bend at your elbows. Long face of the block goes to the base of your skull. Let your head lean back into it so you can kind of adjust the placement of the block to you. Let your head relax into the block. Think about lifting up and over a barrel behind your body. Breathe in. Strong through the whole body. Core is active. Glutes are strong. Legs are strong as you breathe out. Use that block to help you upright first. As you inhale, reach the block high. Let the diagonal reaching crescent as your exhale. Feel your left thigh lift to the ceiling. Take one big breath in. And exhale, set the block aside. Hands come down to the earth. Good. And then go ahead and step back into your downward facing dog this time. Take a pedal through your feet. Breath in through your nose and out of your mouth. Okay, from here, inhale your right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale to bend your knee, open your hips, squeeze through your right glute. Maybe take a hip circle in each direction. Letting it inhale, re-extend your right leg. Exhale, right knee to your nose. Really push your hips forward. Hug your armpits back. Take an in-breath. Right foot to the front as you exhale, low lunge. Rising to your fingertips, one cow lunge. Just sink your hips down, pull your heart forward, take a breath in. Squeezing still through your inner thighs. And your exhale, lengthen through your legs, hamstring stretch. Good. From here, bend into your front knee. Left palm's gonna plant, twisting to the right side of the room, reach your right hand up. A moment in our horizon line, turn your toes to the right, adjust your right foot as needed, flexing through both your feet. Sink through your hips if that feels okay, reaching towards the back of the room. With an inhale, keep your feet active, squaring your body to the right side of the room. Lift and rainbow up. Good. One more time, option to sink and reach to the back of your yoga mat. Finding that kind of half pigeon stretch through your right hip. This time as we rise, we're going to rotate all 10 toes forward. Adjust your feet as needed. Step forward to a forward fold. Inhale lifts you halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Rise to stand your way, so roll up, circle sweep, or forward and up with breath in. Exhale, chair pose, hands to heart. Left foot is your base. Start to find your flamingo of your right side, so right heel pulls to your right seat. Push into your left foot to rise up just enough to find your figure four. Right ankle stacks on top of your left thigh. And sink back and down. Notice if your heart has started to close off, your upper back is rounding. Can we open through the chest, proud through the heart space? So you flex your right ankle, take an in-breath. And your out-breath, bring your left hand to your hip. The peace fingers of your right hand are going to grab your right big toe. Focus your gaze and re-engage your core. And you're going to start to stand upright, bringing your right knee to your outer upper arm. It's kind of like a wind-removing pose, but standing. Good. Left knee can be bent here. We're still pressing energy as if you're going to lengthen the left leg all the way. So if it's available, left leg is long. Otherwise, left knee is bent, but left leg super strong, driving into the earth. Start to extend your right leg forward any amount. So this might be a bend. Maybe you can fully lengthen right leg. Try to keep shoulders stacked over hips. Plug your right upper arm bone in. Engage your right quad like we did when we were seated earlier. And let go of your foot to keep it lifted. Squeezing your right thigh bone lifted. Bend into your left knee as if you were going towards a pistol squat. That could be like a 1 to 2 inch bend. Good. From here, slowly sweep it back towards your airplane pose. Just take one big breath in because I know that's a lot. Exhale to your high crescent. And take a moment to open through warrior two, reversing your triangle inhale. Your exhale, bend into your front knee. Side angle, maybe taking it all the way left hand to the earth. Feeling your left hand on the inside of your left thigh bone. The same orientation we've been working with. From your right heel, reach your right hand overhead. Feel the extension. Breath in. Then unwinding to square your left foot and frame your left foot. Breath out. Push the earth away. Three-legged dog. Reach your left leg high with your inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Hips push forward, armpits pull back. Contracting to center, breath in. Left foot lands to where it just was. Exhale. Climb to your fingertips. Cow lunge, dip your right knee low. Squeeze through your inner thighs. Squeeze through your glutes. Hugging everything to the midline, breath in. With your exhale, find length through your legs. Push the earth away. Maybe think half lift energy through your torso. When you're ready to bend into your front knee again, plant your right palm to the earth, turning our toes to the left horizon lunge. Adjust your left foot as needed. And try to square your heart and your hip bones to the wall that you're facing, the left side of the room. Inhale to sink and reach. Staying for your out breath. If you want to, you might rainbow up one time. Big breath in. Keep your feet flexed actively. Exhale, sink and reach. And this time as you rise, you're going to rotate all 10 toes forward. Step into your forward fold. Finding a halfway lift breath in. Shoulders out of ears. Untuck your tailbone. Fold as you breathe out. Rise to stand with your next inhalation, Urdhva Hastasana. Hands to heart, Utkatasana, chair pose on your exhalation. So now you know what's coming. This is a tricky little progression. Shift into your right foot. Engage your center. And as you focus your gaze, flamingo your left heel up and in. Root through your right foot just enough to find your way into figure 4. Once your left ankle is stacked on top of your right thigh, send your hips back and down. Let's see if we can maintain the flex through left ankle and a proud open chest, super strong center. Find your in-breath. On out-breath, we're going to start to move right hand to right hip. The peace fingers, so second and third fingers of your left hand will catch your left big toe. Reconnect to your drishti, your gaze, that strong focus point, and your core. Pushing through your right foot, start to pull and draw your left knee up with you. So left leg is on the outside of your left arm. Strong energy drives down and roots through your right foot. Feel the power of your right glute. Strong inner thighs. Keeping your chest super proud, maybe start to lengthen your left leg forward any amount. And can we keep the left leg super strong? So engage your left quad so that when you let go of the foot, it doesn't fall quite as far. Keep your left quad lifted and strong, active. Bend into your right knee as if you were going into a pistol squat. You can, of course, go into one. My knees don't like that, but just a little bend. Because we're going to sweep it back through an airplane, just one big breath in. Maybe fall over. High crescent. Left toes to the earth. Reach to the ceiling for a moment. Open through warrior 2. Right away, reverse your triangle. Deep breath in. Side angle, maybe a deep side angle as you bend into your right knee. Right hand can come to the inside of your right foot, maybe to a block. Anchor through your left heel and extend your side angle. Left hand reaches up and overhead with your in-breath. Unwinding forward to a low lunge, squaring off to face the front of the room. Three-legged dog, reach your right leg high, take a deep inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale. For a reset, we're going to inhale, heels lift. Exhale, ripple forward to your high plank. Let's take a body roll up and back, bend your knees. Untuck your heart and tailbone and scoop your pelvis to the sky. Go. Knees to the earth, child's pose. Sink your hips back to your heels and just take a breath. Do 2 more cycles of breath, feeling just inhale in and exhale out. So you're ready to rise up, go ahead and rise up. Find your way into a seat or Janushirasana, just like we did at the very beginning of class. So we're going to take this last moment with our arm balance. Then we're going to bring it to the earth. So let's go. Left leg extended out in front of us. Let the right thigh and hip fall open just for a moment. From here, flexing left toes to your face. And pick up your right leg and find that little baby cradle that we do like when we're going to our compass or whatnot. Give it a nice stretch across the body. From here, your left hand's gonna keep holding onto your right foot so your right hand is free. Take your right hand underneath your right ankle to bring your thigh to your upper arm bone. So you just need it around your upper arm bone. You don't necessarily need it around your shoulder. So just as high as you can get it, and then squeeze your right thigh into your right upper arm bone. Squeeze your inner thighs. Place your right hand down to the earth. Find a little, see how my elbow's a little bent? It's totally fine. And lean forward a little bit. Keep squeezing through your inner right thigh so you can bring your left hand to the earth. Maybe this is where you stay. Otherwise, take a breath in. So you exhale, you're going to push into your hands and pull your hips back to lift your booty off the earth. Tucking in through your core, maybe squeeze through your left quad and hip flexor to lift your left leg. And you have to think about sliding booty back and contracting your heart forward as you tuck and crunch in. You can release as you are ready. Send your right leg long or do like a little windshield wiper moment, side to side. Let's take a breath in. Take a breath out. This is a little bit different than our shapes like our crow pose or something like that because I'm not in this like fully bent chaturanga position. My arms are straight. Having a little bend to the arm that your leg is wrapped around is okay, but it's a different orientation. So it's nice if your bones are actually helping to hold you up through the upper body, but the core is working a lot harder to find that lift away from the earth. Right leg long, let your left leg fall open for a second. Just take a breath. And then keeping your right leg long, grab your left leg, pull it in. So it's like kind of like a seated pigeon. My teacher always called it like the baby cradle. He's rocking the baby. Right hand is holding onto your left foot, so your left hand is free. Now I like to take that L shape between thumb and pointer finger in my left hand and use that to like backpack my left thigh onto my body. Again, it's less about height, it's more about squeeze. So finding the engagement of your inner left thigh, left hand goes out to the side. You can lean forward, kind of like going to a forward fold. Squeeze the inner thighs, left elbow can be bent. Bring your right hand to the earth. Maybe you stay right here, just squeezing through inner thighs. Or as you lean forward, engage your core. Pull your hips back so you're gonna have to drag your right heel back in space. And then maybe lift your right leg using that same engagement through your core and quad that we were practicing. Take a breath in, maybe push the earth away and lift a little higher. And as you exhale, release and let it go. Let's find windshield wipers again from side to side. Knees bent. Tuck your knees to one side. Bumping the top hip forward, squeeze that outer glute. And then switch legs, go to the opposite side. Bump your top hip forward, squeeze to the outer glute. And then just take a few back and forths. Okay, from here, go ahead and adjust to find your way to the top of your yoga mat. We're going to make our way down. Option to use your core, so perhaps you anchor through your heels. Reaching your hands out in front of you. Feel your heels anchor down and drag towards you. Hip bones hugging up to your front ribs. Take a breath. In your exhale, use your strong core to control your descent. Tuck and curl. Rounding to the back of your body with control. Once you arrive, extend into your full body stretch, taking a deep breath in. And then open mouth, exhale out. Get to bend your knees into your heart space. Take a moment as you inhale. And then let your legs tip over to the left, gentle twist as you exhale. Just find one breath here in the twist. And we're going to be rolling into a fetal pose to face the left side of the room. So legs are already generally where they need to be. Get your left hand overhead to the back of the room. So that as you roll onto your left side body, you can rest your left ear into your left bicep. Right hand reaches down to catch your right foot, finding this like modified bow shape. As you pull your heel to your seat, engage your core, engage your right glute. Spread your right collarbone nice and wide across your heart. And start to slide your right thigh bone back in space. And you release your right shoulder away from your right ear to get a little bit of a neck stretch. And take one more cycle of breath. When you're ready, just release back through your fetal pose. Nice and easy in the body. We're going to breathe back to center, knees to chest. Maybe curl nose up to knees for a moment. So you're ready to release, knees tip to the right, gentle twist. Gaze maybe falls to the left. One breath in. Stay in the twist as your breath empties out. And then to travel to fetal pose, for that journey, reach your right hand up and overhead to the back of the room. Roll onto your right side, head to bicep. Left hand's going to reach down to catch your left foot. You can adjust your right leg and your hips as much as you need to here. A little shoulder shrug through the left arm. Squeeze your left glute in your core. And start to press your entire left thigh bone back in space. The engagement of your core and your left glute is going to help preserve the freedom, right, the length in your low back, so the low back stays clear and the stretch goes to your left quad and concentrates to that front side of your left lower body. Explore any last moments here as you take another breath. Little micro adjustments, micro engagements, little refinements. When you feel ready to release, let your left leg go. Rolling to your back body, knees to chest for a moment, maybe forehead to knees again. Take a big breath in. And your exhale, releasing to Supta Baddha Konasana just for 3 cycles of breath before Shavasana. Landing in your reclined butterfly, soles of your feet drawn together to kiss. Knees wide open like a book. Hands land wherever feels most connective for you. Just take 3 gentle breaths. From Supta Baddha to slowly start to lengthen out each leg. Adjust as needed. Be tucking your shoulder blades just slightly underneath you so your heart is open towards the sky. Palms open to the ceiling, ready to receive. And give yourself these last few minutes just to experience that lingering buzz of energy that you created throughout your practice today. Feel the depth of connection that you cultivated through mindful awareness, attention to breath and body. If it would feel good, you might take another cleansing breath here. Maybe an in-breath fills your body nice and full through your nose. And then an open mouth exhale to release, to let go. you have a little bit more space in your day, I encourage you to take a few more minutes just to be in stillness and quiet, to practice being in stillness, to watch and observe the movements within your mind, any fluctuation with the space of your heart and the sensation, the experience of your body and your breath. If you're ready to close your practice, option for one or both of your hands to find their way to your heart, inviting your focus to the space of your heart. We seal our practice in with gratitude. Gratitude for the practice itself. Gratitude for our bodies and our breath that carry us through each moment of our human experience. And gratitude for this time that you took to move and to breathe with mindfulness and intention. And sealing our gratitude in, let's take a deep breath through the nose one more time. As you're ready, open mouth, exhale, release, let it go. May yoga offer us a path to compassion. May our practices always serve as our teachers, leading and guiding us to live with greater authenticity and to love more deeply each and every day. Thank you so much, and namaste.